Welcome back, everybody. Old Man Seth is back for the weekly roundup in gaming news. I've been on hiatus for a hot minute with a move and getting settled and everything, so it's been a while since I've been here, but I'm ready to dive in. And even though there's been a lot of things going on in the gaming world over the last couple weeks, the biggest thing I think that we're going to touch on today, and the only thing that we're going to touch on today, is all the recent Twitch drama. So if you're not in the loop, stick around. You guys are about to get the deets on some pretty major stuff happening at Old Bleed Purple. So, once again, the big brains over at Twitch have decided to go ahead and spit something out into the ether that they thought would be a great idea, only to see their entire user base give them probably the biggest and harshest backlash they could possibly think of. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually go over a few of the different facets of the whole smorgasbord of bullshit that they decided to spit out over this last week, and pick out a couple things that are actually going to be pretty major. The one thing that really tipped this whole thing off was their changes to ads and how streamers might be able to actually utilize them. No baked-in ads and no way to actually use sponsors potentially at moving forward on their own end, only being able to work through Twitch. Twitch has since walked that one back and said that we're going to change that and maybe cleared up the verbiage of it a little bit, but it's still pretty nebulous and we don't really know exactly what's happening with it yet. So, we're not going to really focus on that, but these other subjects are definitely ones that are going to hit pretty close to home. So the big news is the brand new MSA. Now, what is the MSA? The MSA is something that Twitch has come up with called the monetized streamer agreement that's going to affect literally anyone who wants to make money on Twitch. It doesn't matter if they're an affiliate, it doesn't matter if they're a partner. Everyone is essentially going to be playing by the same rules now. So this is a complete step away from Twitch giving a shit about their creators like they used to. It used to be that if you were a Twitch partner, you had a Twitch representative and you would talk with them about stuff, you'd be kept in the loop about things. And as of this point in time, they've just completely nixed most of that. Hell, even 10-year plus partners don't really have their stream managers anymore. And it's just another step again for Twitch wanting to just consolidate everything into one nice little pile. And who kind of knows what else they're going to do with that? To be as concise as I can be, I'm going to be referencing a lot of what Noah Downs actually wrote. If you don't know who Noah Downs is, he goes by my lawyer friend on both Twitch and Twitter, and he is a lawyer who works in the space pretty extensively. He had a lot of shit to say about this, and I can't say I blame him because he cares a lot and he really wants to see creators succeed. I'll be sure to have that link below the video so you guys can check it out for yourselves if you'd like. All right, so everybody pack in the Wayback Machine. We're going to be talking about things that have been going over the last year on Twitch. Last year around this time, there's a lot of partners on Twitch who have what are called the 70-30 contract, where they're making 70% on their subs. I've been a partner for 5 years now. I've never gotten this deal. I still only make 50-50 on my base subs, 60-40 on my tier 2s, 70-30 on my tier 3s. But a lot of partners on Twitch have made 70-30 over all their subs for a very long time now. The reason I'm prefacing you all with this right now is because in that contract now, and we're coming up on the time since they announced it a year ago, that a lot of that's going to be changing. A lot of those big streamers, if they are the kind of successful streamer that a lot of people want to be, they can only make that 70-30 split on the first $100,000 of their income any given year. If they make over $100,000, suddenly that's all reeled back and everything just goes right back what me, Joe Schmo, has that I just referenced a second ago. After all that, they went back, and they being Twitch, and they decided to say, all right, no more streaming exclusivity. So now a lot of people on Twitch, you can stream to a lot of the short form content kind of sites, right? So we're allowed to stream to TikTok, we're allowed to stream to Instagram, you know, some of those. We can't multi-stream to YouTube, we can't multi-stream to someone like Kick or anything like that, but there are some flexibility options for people to actually explore these days. Oh, thank you so very fucking much, Twitch, you're too kind. And the other thing that kind of went by the wayside was contract expiration dates. They decided to be like, all right, you know, we're going to go back in here and we're just going to kind of start dumping these out. We're just going to kind of set you up so that from here on out, you don't really have to worry about contracts and what's actually going to happen with them moving forward, which kind of leads us to what's coming up here really, really soon. And what we're coming up to is discussing this MSA, or monetized streamer agreement. It's been brought up now that everyone has to sign it. It doesn't matter if you're an affiliate or a partner. If you don't sign it, you lose your monetization. You're not allowed to move forward on the platform making any money, and until you actually sign on the dotted line, you are fucked. What? Long story short, what this basically means is, as I mentioned before, partners and affiliates are essentially the same goddamn thing now on the platform. The only difference, almost the only difference between the two different classifications, if that's what you want to call them at this point in time, is that the creator dashboards might look a little bit different. Partners have a check mark and might have a few more emotes. Outside of that, there really isn't any more perks because you don't have the partner rep, you don't have a chance at making a better split. They're basically removing everything from the perk side of things, I suppose. So this is where we're going to get into two of the bigger changes on it, excluding the ads that we referenced a second ago. In section 2.1 of the new monetized streamer agreement, and this is the quote, streamers must provide a consistent amount of live content, program quality live content, regularly interact with and engage viewers of your Twitch channel, and respond to live viewers of your Twitch channel via Twitch chat. What the fuck are you talking about, Twitch? So basically what Twitch is wanting to do right now is they want to make sure that each and every one of us that are out there streaming are actually interacting with their, viewers, and we're actually putting on some kind of quality content, but they're not giving us any kind of definitive, line of demarcation that lets us know what the hell that is. I find this to be an incredibly fucking dangerous precedent. They can literally, at this point in time, do whatever the hell they want as long as they can just say that you didn't do X. They have complete carte blanche at this point in time. There's nothing you can do about it since you have to sign on to this thing, and this is part of what they want you to do. Without having any kind of definition from what they want, we're just out here basically fumbling the best that we can. And if they decide that for some reason they might not like something about your channel, they can say, well, you're not doing this, so we're just gonna go ahead and demonetize you now. Go fuck yourself. Now, the counter argument to this is that it could just be to weed out inactive accounts, whether they're affiliates or partners, whether they're people that maybe they just don't want around because they might be setting a wrong example. Again, unfortunately, a very nebulous thing that none of us know what the hell might be going on over there with. It's a thing that I just can't begin to describe as a holy shit control freak kind of mentality coming from Twitch. I am a huge goddamn cynic, and I am going to be 100% honest with everyone watching this video right now that I think that this will not be used for its original intent if what we just talked about a second ago with them just wanting to weed people out being its actual focus. Things like this are always abused by corporations for their own gain or for their own, I don't know, if you want to call it well-being. But basically what's going to happen is a lot of us down here in the the work fields, we're going to get fucked by this more often than not. So again, this is only one of the two things I want to talk about that actually seem really, really dangerous coming out of this. Now, the next thing is also something that I just can't fucking believe they thought was a good idea. With this new MSA that they're putting out, there is a section in there that says they can change the parameters of our contract with 30 days notice, regardless of what it is. It doesn't matter what it might be. They could just stick it in there, be like, hey, this is what's changing. You have 30 days to sign it. And if you don't sign it, we're taking away all your monetization options. This is something that could be leveraged for almost anything. Anything. Legitimately, whatever the fuck Twitch wants to come up with, they can just be like, hey, in the next 30 days, you have to start doing X, Y, or Z, or you can only do X, Y, or Z, or you have to do whatever the hell we want you to do. You got to jump through a hoop and you got to record yourself doing it. If you don't do it, we're taking away your monetization. Now, I know this all seems really, really, really extreme, but let's be 100% honest with each other, everyone. We know that corporations are absolutely outstanding for doing this kind of bullshit. I'm going to go ahead and give you an example really fast of something that I believe could actually be leveraged into this contract as time goes on. We all know, and if you don't know, Twitch came out with their own alert system. If you're anywhere near the creator space these days, we all know that Streamlabs and Stream Elements, two third-party entities, are the ones that provide the overwhelming majority of alerts for streamers and other content creators on the platforms. Deciding to slip into their MSA with 30 days notice that you have to start using our alert system. If you don't use our alert system, we're going to terminate your monetization. And if you don't like it, well, you don't sign and you can fuck off the platform. Now, that kind of shit is ironclad, and there's nothing that anyone can do about it. There's no way to actually give blowback. If they tried to do this with the year contracts that we had to sign up before, there would be so much blowback and people contacting lawyers about it and trying to be like, yo, this isn't all right. But now it's something that they can change on a whim with only 30 days notice. And if you don't like it, you're screwed. Is all this a little bit maybe sky is falling? Sure, I'll be the first one to admit it. But I am not without reasoning when I say that we have all seen large corporations do this in the past. I'm sure I'm not the only person out there who has seen this happen with other corporations where they just want to start moving the goalposts at will when they want to enforce something, and they just don't want to have anyone be able to do anything about it because they feel like it's in their best interests. Anyone who's helped them get to where they are right now, be damned. Now, honestly, would they do anything this kind of world shattering? I don't fucking know. With Twitch at this point in time, I don't think any of us have any idea what in the hell they're thinking, what they're doing, or even if they're consulting anyone. All you have to do is do a cursory look through on Twitter right now, and you'll see that Twitch ambassadors don't get a heads up for any of this. So there's really no give and take. There's no dialogue, and Twitch is just throwing shit against the wall and expecting it all stick, maybe without us actually having any kind of uproar. I don't fucking know at this point in time, but whatever the hell is happening at Twitch, they are clearly not the mom and pop shop that they were before. Not surprisingly, things grow, they turn into corporations, but holy shit, how disconnected can you possibly fucking be? Now, I'm not being very charitable towards Twitch, but I think that we can all have an honest conversation and say that over the last few years, Twitch has burned out all the goodwill. They might have been trying to do something the right way, but constantly seeing them throw some stupid shit out there, see a bunch of blowback for it, and then walk it back really quick because, oh no, people might be a little bit upset, has kind of led everyone to feel like this has turned into a really goddamn toxic relationship. Now, as a result of all this fucking bullshit, there have been reports of multiple different streaming sites actually seeing an uptick in traffic. Look no further than Kick, Rumble, hell, even YouTube. Everyone is starting to see an uptick in people actually streaming on these other sites because Twitch is absolutely burning through their goodwill like napalm burns through a forest. Hell, over the last few months alone, Kick has actually shown a 300 to around 400% uptick in their traffic. A lot more streamers are taking the dive over there. Other streamers, again, are going to YouTube. People are definitely exploring their options because it's become crystal clear that Twitch doesn't give a shit about their creators anymore, and they aren't even trying to hide it. Even some big longtime creators like Asmongold have come out and said that if Twitch doesn't start shaping up and changing some of the things that they're actually coming out with right now, that he's even willing to move on. That's a pretty big deal when you look at like these very, very large streamers that clearly bring in a lot of money for Twitch, saying that, hey, you guys really aren't doing what you should be doing right now, and if you don't fix it, I'm going to take my business and my community elsewhere. All in all, it's been a really eventful couple weeks for Twitch and really goddamn scary if you're a streamer on it like me. I'm going to be completely honest with everyone out there watching this right now. I don't know what my next move is. I enjoy streaming on Twitch. I love content creation. I love entertaining people. I like putting on a show. I like playing video games. I like doing stuff like this. But it's really starting to seem like Twitch isn't going to be the avenue if they keep going down the path that they're going down right now. Ultimately, what do you guys all think? Is Twitch going to continue to keep going down this path where it seems like they're just actively trying to kill the platform? Are we going to start seeing some more success when it comes to these other sites because Twitch continues to make boneheaded moves when you have these other sites trying to entice creators to be there? A 95-5 split for all subs from Kick really is that enticing if you look at it from what Twitch has been doing lately. What other things could possibly come out of all the ill will that Twitch has actually cultivated with not only its user base, but also its creators? Who the hell knows? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments though, and we're definitely going to be keeping up on this one as it develops over the next few weeks. I'll be back next week with some more gaming news, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you get those comments in, and I definitely will talk to you soon.